the Buffalo Bills, the Indianapolis Colts, the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, the New England Patriots, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Tennessee Titans, the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Denver Broncos, the San Diego Chargers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Oakland Raiders, the Seattle Seahawks, the Arizona Cardinals, the Dallas Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants, the Washington Redskins, the Chicago Bears, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Atlanta Falcons, the San Francisco 49ers, the Carolina Panthers, the St. Louis Rams, the New Orleans Saints, the Cleveland Browns, the Dummies, the Silly Bombers, the Silly Rockets, the Silly Hornets, the Silly Pigskins, the Silly Wombats, the Silly Melonheads, the Silly All-Stars, the Silly Monsters, the Silly Fishes, the Silly Bills, the Silly Colts, the Silly Dolphins, the Silly Jets, the Silly Patriots, the Silly Bengals, the Silly Jaguars, the Silly Titans, the Silly Ravens, the Silly Steelers, the Silly Broncos, the Silly Chargers, the Silly Chiefs, the Silly Raiders, the Silly Seahawks, the Silly Cardinals, the Silly Cowboys, the Silly Eagles, the Silly Giants, the Silly Redskins, the Silly Bears, the Silly Buccaneers, the Silly Lions, the Silly Packers, the Silly Vikings, the Silly Falcons, the Silly 49ers, the Silly Panthers, the Silly Rams, the Silly Saints, the Silly Browns, the Amazing Bombers, the Amazing Rockets, the Amazing Hornets, the Amazing Pigskins, the Amazing Wombats, the Amazing Melonheads, the Amazing All-Stars, the Amazing Monsters, the Amazing Fishes, the Amazing Bills, the Amazing Colts, the Amazing Dolphins, the Amazing Jets, the Amazing Patriots, the Amazing Bengals, the Amazing Jaguars, the Amazing Titans, the Amazing Ravens, the Amazing Steelers, the Amazing Broncos, the Amazing Chargers, the Amazing Chiefs, the Amazing Raiders, the Amazing Seahawks, the Amazing Cardinals, the Amazing Cowboys, the Amazing Eagles, the Amazing Giants, the Amazing Redskins, the Amazing Bears, the Amazing Buccaneers, the Amazing Lions, the Amazing Packers, the Amazing Vikings, the Amazing Falcons, the Amazing 49ers, the Amazing Panthers, the Amazing Rams, the Amazing Saints, the Amazing Browns, the Crazy Bombers, the Crazy Rockets, the Crazy Hornets, the Crazy Pigskins, the Crazy Wombats, the Crazy Melonheads, the Crazy All-Stars, the Crazy Monsters, the Crazy Fishes, the Crazy Bills, the Crazy Colts, the Crazy Dolphins, the Crazy Jets, the Crazy Patriots, the Crazy Bengals, the Crazy Jaguars, the Crazy Titans, the Crazy Ravens, the Crazy Steelers, the Crazy Broncos, the Crazy Chargers, the Crazy Chiefs, the Crazy Raiders, the Crazy Seahawks, the Crazy Cardinals, the Crazy Cowboys, the Crazy Eagles, the Crazy Giants, the Crazy Redskins, the Crazy Bears, the Crazy Buccaneers, the Crazy Lions, the Crazy Packers, the Crazy Vikings, the Crazy Falcons, the Crazy 49ers, the Crazy Panthers, the Crazy Rams, the Crazy Saints, the Crazy Browns, the Excellent Bombers, the Excellent Rockets, the Excellent Hornets, the Excellent Pigskins, the Excellent Wombats, the Excellent Melonheads, the Excellent All-Stars, the Excellent Monsters, the Excellent Fishes, the Excellent Bills, the Excellent Colts, the Excellent Dolphins, the Excellent Jets, the Excellent Patriots, the Excellent Bengals, the Excellent Jaguars, the Excellent Titans, the Excellent Ravens, the Excellent Steelers, the Excellent Broncos, the Excellent Chargers, the Excellent Chiefs, the Excellent Raiders, the Excellent Seahawks, the Excellent Cardinals, the Excellent Cowboys, the Excellent Eagles, the Excellent Giants, the Excellent Redskins, the Excellent Bears, the Excellent Buccaneers, the Excellent Lions, the Excellent Packers, the Excellent Vikings, the Excellent Falcons, the Excellent 49ers, the Excellent Panthers, the Excellent Rams, the Excellent Saints, the Excellent Browns, the Invincible Bombers, the Invincible Rockets, the Invincible Hornets, the Invincible Pigskins, the Invincible Wombats, the Invincible Melonheads, the Invincible All-Stars, the Invincible Monsters, the Invincible Fishes, the Invincible Bills, the Invincible Colts, the Invincible Dolphins, the Invincible Jets, the Invincible Patriots, the Invincible Bengals, the Invincible Jaguars, the Invincible Titans, the Invincible Ravens, the Invincible Steelers, the Invincible Broncos, the Invincible Chargers, the Invincible Chiefs, the Invincible Raiders, the Invincible Seahawks, the Invincible Cardinals, the Invincible Cowboys, the Invincible Eagles, the Invincible Giants, the Invincible Redskins, the Invincible Bears, the Invincible Buccaneers, the Invincible Lions, the Invincible Packers, the Invincible Vikings, the Invincible Falcons, the Invincible 49ers, the Invincible Panthers, the Invincible Rams, the Invincible Saints, the Invincible Browns, the Little Bombers, the Little Rockets, the Little Hornets, the Little Pigskins, the Little Wombats, the Little Melonheads, the Little All-Stars, the Little Monsters, the Little Fishes, the Little Bills, the Little Colts, the Little Dolphins, the Little Jets, the Little Patriots, the Little Bengals, the Little Jaguars, the Little Titans, the Little Ravens, the Little Steelers, the Little Broncos, the Little Chargers, the Little Chiefs, the Little Raiders, the Little Seahawks, the Little Cardinals, the Little Cowboys, the Little Eagles, the Little Giants, the Little Redskins, the Little Bears, the Little Buccaneers, the Little Lions, the Little Packers, the Little Vikings, the Little Falcons, the Little 49ers, the Little Panthers, the Little Rams, the Little Saints, the Little Browns, the Mighty Bombers, the Mighty Rockets, the Mighty Hornets, the Mighty Pigskins, the Mighty Wombats, the Mighty Melonheads, the Mighty All-Stars, the Mighty Monsters, the Mighty Fishes, the Mighty Bills, the Mighty Colts, the Mighty Dolphins, the Mighty Jets, the Mighty Patriots, the Mighty Bengals, the Mighty Jaguars, the Mighty Titans, the Mighty Ravens, the Mighty Steelers, the Mighty Broncos, the Mighty Chargers, the Mighty Chiefs, the Mighty Raiders, the Mighty Seahawks, the Mighty Cardinals, the Mighty Cowboys, the Mighty Eagles, the Mighty Giants, the Mighty Redskins, the Mighty Bears, the Mighty Buccaneers, the Mighty Lions, the Mighty Packers, the Mighty Vikings, the Mighty Falcons, the Mighty 49ers, the Mighty Panthers, the Mighty Rams, the Mighty Saints, the Mighty Browns, the Super Duper Bombers, the Super Duper Rockets, the Super Duper Hornets, the Super Duper Pigskins, the Super Duper Wombats, the Super Duper Melonheads, the Super Duper All-Stars, the Super Duper Monsters, the Super Duper Fishes, the Super Duper Bills, the Super Duper Colts, the Super Duper Dolphins, the Super Duper Jets, the Super Duper Patriots, the Super Duper Bengals, the Super Duper Jaguars, the Super Duper Titans, the Super Duper Ravens, the Super Duper Steelers, the Super Duper Broncos, the Super Duper Chargers, the Super Duper Chiefs, the Super Duper Raiders, the Super Duper Seahawks, the Super Duper Cardinals, the Super Duper Cowboys, the Super Duper Eagles, the Super Duper Giants, the Super Duper Redskins, the Super Duper Bears, the Super Duper Buccaneers, the Super Duper Lions, the Super Duper Packers, the Super Duper Vikings, the Super Duper Falcons, the Super Duper 49ers, the Super Duper Panthers, the Super Duper Rams, the Super Duper Saints, the Super Duper Browns, the Humongous Bombers, the Humongous Rockets, the Humongous Hornets, the Humongous Pigskins, the Humongous Wombats, the Humongous Melonheads, the Humongous All-Stars, the Humongous Monsters, the Humongous Fishes, the Humongous Bills, the Humongous Colts, the Humongous Dolphins, the Humongous Jets, the Humongous Patriots, the Humongous Bengals, the Humongous Jaguars, the Humongous Titans, the Humongous Ravens, the Humongous Steelers, the Humongous Broncos, the Humongous Chargers, the Humongous Chiefs, the Humongous Raiders, the Humongous Seahawks, the Humongous Cardinals, the Humongous Cowboys, the Humongous Eagles, the Humongous Giants, the Humongous Redskins, the Humongous Bears, the Humongous Buccaneers, the Humongous Lions, the Humongous Packers, the Humongous Vikings, the Humongous Falcons, the Humongous 49ers, the Humongous Panthers, the Humongous Rams, the Humongous Saints, the Humongous Browns, the Junior Bombers, the Junior Rockets, the Junior Hornets, the Junior Pigskins, the Junior Wombats, the Junior Melonheads, the Junior All-Stars, the Junior Monsters, the Junior Fishes, the Junior Bills, the Junior Colts, the Junior Dolphins, the Junior Jets, the Junior Patriots, the Junior Bengals, the Junior Jaguars, the Junior Titans, the Junior Ravens, the Junior Steelers, the Junior Broncos, the Junior Chargers, the Junior Chiefs, the Junior Raiders, the Junior Seahawks, the Junior Cardinals, the Junior Cowboys, the Junior Eagles, the Junior Giants, the Junior Redskins, the Junior Bears, the Junior Buccaneers, the Junior Lions, the Junior Packers, the Junior Vikings, the Junior Falcons, the Junior 49ers, the Junior Panthers, the Junior Rams, the Junior Saints, the Junior Browns, the Buffalo Bills, the Indianapolis Colts, the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, the New England Patriots, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Tennessee Titans, the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Denver Broncos, the San Diego Chargers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Oakland Raiders, the Seattle Seahawks, the Arizona Cardinals, the Dallas Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants, the Washington Redskins, the Chicago Bears, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Atlanta Falcons, the San Francisco 49ers, the Carolina Panthers, the St. Louis Rams, the New Orleans Saints, the Cleveland Browns. the dummies, the silly bombers, the silly rockets, the silly hornets, the silly pigskins, the silly wombats, the silly melonheads, the silly all-stars, the silly monsters, the silly fishes, the silly bills, the silly colts, the silly dolphins, the silly jets, the silly patriots, the silly Bengals, the silly jaguars, the silly titans, the silly ravens, the silly Steelers, the silly Broncos, the silly Chargers, the silly Chiefs, the silly Raiders, the silly Seahawks, the silly Cardinals, the silly Cowboys, the silly Eagles, the silly Giants, the silly Redskins, the silly Bears, the silly Buccaneers, the silly Lions, the silly Packers, the silly Vikings, the silly Falcons, the silly 49ers, the silly Panthers, the silly Rams, the silly Saints, the silly Browns, the amazing Bombers, the amazing Rockets, the amazing Hornets, the amazing Pigskins, the amazing Wombats, the amazing Melonheads, the amazing All-Stars, the amazing Monsters, the amazing Fishes, the amazing Bills, the amazing Colts, the amazing Dolphins, the amazing Jets, the amazing Patriots, the amazing Bengals, the amazing Jaguars, the amazing Titans, the amazing Ravens, the amazing Steelers, the amazing Broncos, the amazing Chargers, the amazing Chiefs, the amazing Raiders, the amazing Seahawks, the amazing Cardinals, the amazing Cowboys, the amazing Eagles, the amazing Giants, the amazing Redskins, the amazing Bears, the amazing Buccaneers, the amazing Lions, the amazing Packers, the amazing Vikings, the amazing Falcons, the amazing 49ers, the amazing Panthers, the amazing Rams, the amazing Saints, the amazing Browns, the crazy Bombers, the crazy Rockets, the crazy Hornets, the crazy Pigskins, the crazy Wombats, the crazy Melonheads, the crazy All-Stars, the crazy Monsters, the crazy Fishes, the crazy Bills, the crazy Colts, the crazy Dolphins, the crazy Jets, the crazy Patriots, the crazy Bengals, the crazy Jaguars, the crazy Titans, the crazy Ravens, the crazy Steelers, the crazy Broncos, the crazy Chargers, the crazy Chiefs, the crazy Raiders, the crazy Seahawks, the crazy Cardinals, the crazy Cowboys, the crazy Eagles, the crazy Giants, the crazy Redskins, the crazy Bears, the crazy Buccaneers, the crazy Lions, the crazy Packers, the crazy Vikings, the crazy Falcons, the crazy 49ers, the crazy Panthers, the crazy Rams, the crazy Saints, the crazy Browns, the excellent Bombers, the excellent Rockets, the excellent Hornets, the excellent Pigskins, the excellent Wombats, the excellent Melonheads, the excellent All-Stars, the excellent Monsters, the excellent Fishes, the excellent Bills, the excellent Colts, the excellent Dolphins, the excellent Jets, the excellent Patriots, the excellent Bengals, the excellent Jaguars, the excellent Titans, the excellent Ravens, the excellent Steelers, the excellent Broncos, the excellent Chargers, the excellent Chiefs, the excellent Raiders, the excellent Seahawks, the excellent Cardinals, the excellent Cowboys, the excellent Eagles, the excellent Giants, the excellent Redskins, the excellent Bears, the excellent Buccaneers, the excellent Lions, the excellent Packers, the excellent Vikings, the excellent Falcons, the excellent 49ers, the excellent Panthers, the excellent Rams, the excellent Saints, the excellent Browns, the invincible invincible bombers, the invincible rockets, the invincible hornets, the invincible pigskins, the invincible wombats, the invincible melonheads, the invincible all-stars, the invincible monsters, the invincible fishes, the invincible bills, the invincible colts, the invincible dolphins, the invincible jets, the invincible patriots, the invincible Bengals, the invincible jaguars, the invincible titans, the invincible ravens, the invincible steelers, the invincible broncos, the invincible chargers, the invincible chiefs, the invincible raiders, the invincible seahawks, the invincible cardinals, the invincible cowboys, the invincible eagles, the invincible giants, the invincible redskins, the invincible bears, the invincible buccaneers, the invincible lions, the invincible packers, the invincible vikings, the invincible falcons, the invincible 49ers, the invincible panthers, the invincible rams, the invincible saints, the invincible browns, the little bombers, the little rockets, the little hornets, the little pigskins, the little wombats, the little melonheads, the little all-stars, the little monsters, the little fishes, the little bills, the little colts, the little dolphins, the little jets, the little patriots, the little Bengals, the little jaguars, the little titans, the little ravens, the little steelers, the little broncos, the little chargers, the little chiefs, the little raiders, the little seahawks, the little cardinals, the little cowboys, the little eagles, the little giants, the little redskins, the little bears, the little buccaneers, the little lions, the little packers, the little vikings, the little falcons, the little 49ers, the little panthers, the little rams, the little saints, the little browns, the mighty bombers, the mighty rockets, the mighty hornets, the mighty pigskins, the mighty wombats, the mighty melonheads, the mighty all-stars, the mighty monsters, the mighty fishes, the mighty bills, the mighty colts, the mighty dolphins, the mighty jets, the mighty patriots, the mighty Bengals, the mighty jaguars, the mighty titans, the mighty ravens, the mighty steelers, the mighty broncos, the mighty chargers, the mighty chiefs, the mighty raiders, the mighty seahawks, the mighty cardinals, the mighty cowboys, the mighty eagles, the mighty giants, the mighty redskins, the mighty bears, the mighty buccaneers, the mighty lions, the mighty packers, the mighty vikings, the mighty falcons, the mighty 49ers, the mighty panthers, the mighty rams, the mighty saints, the mighty browns, the super-duper bombers, the super-duper rockets, the super-duper hornets, the super-duper pigskins, the super-duper wombats, the super-duper melonheads, the super-duper all-stars, the super-duper monsters, the super-duper fishes, the super-duper bills, the super-duper colts, the super-duper dolphins, the super-duper jets, the super-duper patriots, the super-duper Bengals, the super-duper jaguars, the super-duper titans, the super-duper ravens, the super-duper steelers, the super-duper broncos, the super-duper chargers, the super-duper chiefs, the super-duper raiders, the super-duper seahawks, the super-duper cardinals, the super-duper cowboys, the super-duper eagles, the super-duper giants, the super-duper redskins, the super-duper bears, the super-duper buccaneers, the super-duper lions, the super-duper packers, the super-duper vikings, the Super Duper Falcons, the Super Duper 49ers, the Super Duper Panthers, the Super Duper Rams, the Super Duper Saints, the Super Duper Browns, the Humongous Bombers, the Humongous Rockets, the Humongous Hornets, the Humongous Pigskins, the Humongous Wombats, the Humongous Melonheads, the Humongous All-Stars, the Humongous Monsters, the Humongous Fishes, the Humongous Bills, the Humongous Colts, the Humongous Dolphins, the Humongous Jets, the Humongous Patriots, the Humongous Bengals, the Humongous Jaguars, the Humongous Titans, the Humongous Ravens, the Humongous Steelers, the Humongous Broncos, the Humongous Chargers, the Humongous Chiefs, the Humongous Raiders, the Humongous Seahawks, the Humongous Cardinals, the Humongous Cowboys, the Humongous Eagles, the Humongous Giants, the Humongous Redskins, the Humongous Bears, the Humongous Buccaneers, the Humongous Lions, the Humongous Packers, the Humongous Vikings, the Humongous Falcons, the Humongous 49ers, the Humongous Panthers, the Humongous Rams, the Humongous Saints, the Humongous Browns, the Junior Bombers, the Junior Rockets, the Junior Hornets, the Junior Pigskins, the Junior Wombats, the Junior Melonheads, the Junior All-Stars, the Junior Monsters, the Junior Fishes, the Junior Bills, the Junior Colts, the Junior Dolphins, the Junior Jets, the Junior Patriots, the Junior Bengals, the Junior Jaguars, the Junior Titans, the Junior Ravens, the Junior Steelers, the Junior Broncos, the Junior Chargers, the Junior Chiefs, the Junior Raiders, the Junior Seahawks, the Junior Cardinals, the Junior Cowboys, the Junior Eagles, the Junior Giants, the Junior Redskins, the Junior Bears, the Junior Buccaneers, the Junior Lions, the Junior Packers, the Junior Vikings, the Junior Falcons, the Junior 49ers, the Junior Panthers, the Junior Rams, the Junior Saints, the Junior Browns. Football is in the air, and we're ready for another exciting BFL season. It's time for another unforgettable season of BFL play. Are you ready for another unbelievable BFL season? Well, fasten your seatbelts, 'cause here we go with the first game of the Backyard Football League season. Welcome to another action-packed season of BFL Classic Thrills and Spills. Strap on your shoulder pads, put on your helmet, and get ready for another season of Backyard Football. Here we are at the last game of the regular season. I can hardly believe it went by so fast. Well, this is it, folks, the last game of the regular season. We've come to the end of another BFL season, and what an exciting season it was. Here we are, ready to wrap up the regular season. Hello again, all you football fans. Welcome back, football fans. Well, it's that time again. Hello, football enthusiasts. Hey, football fans. Welcome, football fans, to the most fun you'll have all day. Welcome back to Football Fever, all you crazy fans. Welcome back to the fun, you nutty football lovers, you. Hello, all you football maniacs. It's that time again. Welcome to the most fun you'll have all day. Ready to have fun, kiddos? Well, I hope so, because it's football time! Here we are again, ready to kick off another football extravaganza. Let's get the party started! Hello there, all you tried and true football fans! Welcome back to the action, fans! It's time for another game of the most exciting football around! It's time to get down with your favorite football players! It's time for some non-stop football fun! It's time for more fun on the old gridiron! It's time to throw around the old pigskin with all your favorite football players! It's another perfect day for football! Time again for further football frenzy! Get ready for some BFL action! Prepare yourself for another titanic football event! The excitement level is high on the field as the players prepare for the first game of the BFL playoffs. Here we are at the first game of the BFL playoffs, and you can bet the tension is running high on the field and in the stands. It is the opening game of the BFL playoffs. What an exciting day this is! Welcome to the semifinal game of the BFL playoffs, fans. Every player out there is excited to have made it this far. It looks as though our favorite players have made it to the next round in the BFL playoffs. Welcome to the Backyard Conference Finals. Today's two teams will battle each other for a chance to go to the big game, the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. Well, fans, it doesn't get any bigger than this. The BFL Championship, the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. At the beginning of the season, there were 16 teams dreaming of winning it all. Then the playoffs began with 8 teams vying for the title. One by one, teams were eliminated until there were only 2 left standing. Now, only one of those 2 teams can emerge from today's game the victor. I can't believe the excitement in this stadium as we head into the ultimate game of the BFL playoffs, the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. This is the game that decides which team wins it all. Who takes the cake? Who's the big cheese? Who's the Mac Daddy of football? The top of...
Okay, Sonny. Should I ask the water boy to bring up the oxygen?
This is just all so invigorating. This is it, folks. The Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. The final game of the BFL Championship Tournament. You can bet everyone's got one thing on their minds right now, and it sure isn't losing.
Well, that, and all the endorsements and the leverage that they'll have when they renegotiate their contracts.
There's electricity in the air at King Size Dome today. It's called the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl, and only one team can win it. Today, we'll find out who that team is. Live from sunny Dimitri Dome. Coming to you live from Dimitri Dome, where it's been raining all day. Live from Dimitri Dome, where it looks like a winter wonderland. Reporting from sunny Phillips Field. Reporting from a rainy Phillips Field. Coming to you live from Phillips Field, where the snow has just started to fall. From sunny Playground Commons. Coming to you live from Playground Commons, where it looks like we might have a rainy game. From a snowy white Playground Commons. Here we are at sunny Sandy Flats, coming to you live from a rainy Sandy Flats. From a snowy white Sandy Flats, here we are at Dirt Yards, where the sun is shining. Here we are at Dirt Yards, where it looks like it has started to rain. Here we are at Dirt Yards, where the snow has just started to fall on the field. From Sunny Parks Department Field number 3, here we are at Sunny Parks Department Field number 3. Coming to you live from Sunny Parks Department Field number 3. Nothing but clear blue skies at Parks Department Field number 3 today. It's a beautiful day for football at Parks Department Field number 3 today. Get out the suntan lotion and the barbecue, folks, because the sun is out at Parks Department Field number 3. Reporting from Parks Department Field number 3, where it's been raining all day. We come to you live from a rainy Parks Department Field number 3. Welcome to a very rainy Parks Department Field number 3. It's raining cats and dogs at Parks Department Field number 3. Noah's loading up his ark here at Parks Department Field number 3, where it's been raining for 40 days and 40 nights. It's a wet and rainy day here at Parks Department Field number 3, and I forgot my umbrella. Live from a very snowy Parks Department Field number 3. Reporting live from a snowy Parks Department Field number 3, where it looks like a winter wonderland. Welcome to Parks Department Field number 3, where the snow has just started to fall on the field. They're building snowmen on the field here at Parks Department Field number 3 today. It's a cold, cold day here at Parks Department Field number 3. I think I just saw Frosty suiting up for the home team. Welcome to the frozen tundra of Parks Department Field number 3. Reporting from sunny Skyway Municipal Park. Here we are at Skyway Municipal Park, where the sun has been shining all day. Coming to you live from a sunny Skyway Municipal Park. Reporting from Skyway Municipal Park, where it's been raining all day. We come to you live from a rainy Skyway Municipal Park. Welcome to a very rainy Skyway Municipal Park. Live from a very snowy Skyway Municipal Park. Reporting live from a snowy Skyway Municipal Park where it looks like a winter wonderland. Welcome to Skyway Municipal Park where the snow has just started to fall on the field. Welcome to a sunny Metro Civic Playfield. Here we are at sunny Metro Civic Playfield. Coming to you live from a sunny Metro Civic Playfield. Reporting from Metro Civic Playfield where it's been raining all day. We come to you live from a rainy Metro Civic Playfield. Welcome to a very rainy Metro Civic Playfield. Welcome to a very snowy Metro Civic Playfield. We come to you live from a snowy Metro Civic Playfield where it looks like a winter wonderland. Reporting from Metro Civic Playfield where the snow has just started to fall on the field. Reporting from sunny Highland Greens. Here we are at Highland Greens where the sun has been shining all day. Coming to you live from a sunny Highland Greens. Reporting from Highland Greens where it's been raining all day. We come to you live from a rainy Highland Greens. Welcome to a very rainy Highland Greens. Live from a very snowy Highland Greens. Reporting live from a snowy Highland Greens where it looks like a winter wonderland. Welcome to Highland Greens where the snow has just started to fall on the field. Here we are at sunny PS 132. Coming to you live from a sunny PS 132. Reporting from PS 132 where it's been raining all day. We come to you live from a rainy PS 132. Reporting live from a snowy PS 132 where it looks like a winter wonderland. Welcome to PS 132 where the snow has just started to fall on the field. Reporting from sunny Tech State U. Here we are at Tech State U where the sun has been shining all day. Reporting from Tech State U where it's been raining all day. We come to you live from rainy Tech State U. Reporting live from snowy Tech State U where it looks like a winter wonderland. Welcome to Tech State U where the snow has just started to fall on the field. Welcome to the King-Size Dome, a state-of-the-art climate-controlled biodome where it's always great weather for football. And what a game it is, the granddaddy of them all, the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. This is it, folks, the pinnacle of football greatness, the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl, where two teams battle for the right to be called the best. Welcome to the high-tech cyber splendor of the King-Size Dome, the space-age sports stadium of the future, and home to the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. This is the second time these two teams have come head-to-head this season. Another head-to-head matchup this season for these two teams. Today's game will feature two teams that have already met once this season. Today's game is a rematch of two teams that met earlier this season. Today's game will feature two division rivals. Today's game will feature two crosstown rivals. Today's game is a meeting of two Parks Division rivals. There's no love lost between these two arch rivals. It's the Hatfields and McCoys here in this old-fashioned crosstown rivalry. Today's game will feature two backyard conference rivals. Featured in today's game, we have two backyard conference rivals. We're going to see a conference matchup of two tough BFL teams. Today's game will feature two teams from opposing conferences. Featured in today's game, we have two teams from opposing conferences. Are you ready for another important league game? This game is an important matchup between two of the top league teams. Today, we'll see a clash of two BFL titans. Let's take a look at today's matchup. Strap on your helmet and lace up those cleats because we've got another slam-bang game of BFL football for you. Have we got some football action for you, my friends? Sit down and buckle up because this rocket is heading straight towards Football City, USA for another exciting BFL contest. Hello, sports fans, and welcome to BFL football. Hi, everybody. Glad you could make it for another game of BFL football. Hello and welcome to BFL football, where today we'll be seeing another battle between gridiron greats. Hello, football fans. Get set for another exciting game of BFL football. football versus, against, we'll be taking on, we'll go up against, take on, battle, going head-to-head against, and we'll take on with an outstanding offense. This team has a spectacular offense. They are one of the highest scoring teams in the league. This team is really struggling to put points up on the board. They need to do something to jumpstart this sluggish offense. There are soccer teams that score more than these guys. They have one of the best ground games around. Their running game is unstoppable. They have some of the best running backs in the BFL. They just can't seem to get their ground game going. These guys are going nowhere fast with their running game. Their running game needs a lot of work. It's bombs away when this team hits the field. They have an explosive aerial attack. This team likes to air it out. Their passing attack needs a lot of work. They can't seem to get their passing game going this year. Their aerial attack is going nowhere this year. One of the most feared defenses in the BFL. They have a very stingy defense. They're a defensive juggernaut. They're really getting lit up on defense. This team is really struggling defensively. They're just getting hammered on defense. They play old-fashioned smash-mouth football. These kids know how to stop the run. Opposing teams run into a brick wall when they try to run on this team. They have a pretty weak front line. These guys have a Swiss cheese defense with holes everywhere. Running backs love to play against this team. This team is full of ball hawks. They have some of the top defensive backs in the league. Quarterbacks are having a field day against this team. Teams are putting up big passing numbers against this defense. If you're a wide receiver, you gotta love playing these guys. Today, two first-place teams square off. Today's game will feature two division leaders. Today's two division leaders will go head-to-head in what promises to be an exciting matchup. Today, two undefeated teams square off. Today's game will feature two undefeated teams. Today's two undefeated teams go head-to-head in what promises to be an exciting matchup. Today's game pits two unbeaten teams against each other. Today we'll see excellent football play from both of these teams. Today's matchup is going to be exciting. Both of these teams have been playing well this season. Today's game is going to be a great one. We've seen some excellent football play from both of these teams this season. This matchup is going to be a toss-up. Both of these teams have really been struggling this season. Well, someone's got to win this one, as today's game features a matchup of two winless teams.
Neither of these teams has yet to break into the W column all season, but by golly, someone has to today.
Both of these teams are looking for their first win. Today's matchup features two winless teams. One of them will come away with their first win of the season. Get out your calculators, folks, because there's going to be a lot of points put up on the board today. It's going to be bombs away today when these two high-scoring teams hit the field. Anything can happen when these two high-octane offenses take to the field. Today we'll see two of the stingiest defenses in the league. I think we can expect a low-scoring game today, folks. These two teams don't give up a lot of points. Today's matchup features two strong defensive squads. Today's matchup features two high-octane offenses. You can expect some offensive fireworks today, folks. Both of today's teams are among the scoring leaders. Today's matchup features two of the highest-scoring teams in the league. I'm Sunny Day, together with my pal Chuck Downfield. This is Sunny Day and my sidekick Chuck Downfield. This is Sunny Day and my cohort Chuck Downfield. I'm Sunny Day, and joining me is my pal Chuck Downfield. This is Sunny Day here with my buddy Chuck Downfield. Sunny Day here, along with Chuck Downfield. My name's Sunny Day, and alongside me today is Chuck Downfield. I'm Sunny Day, and I'm here with Chuck Downfield. This is Sunny Day, and my pal Chuck Downfield with a hearty hi-ho to ya. Hello, sports fans. Sunny Day here with the co-host who boasts the most, football great Chuck Downfield. Hello, football fans. Welcome to another exciting afternoon of backyard football. I'm Sunny Day, and joining me is football legend Chuck Downfield. Sunny Day here, welcoming you to another game of BFL action. I'm joined in the booth here by the living legend, a man who at the age of 9.5 has already been elected into the BFL Hall of Fame, Chuck Downfield.
Thanks, Sonny. I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Sonny. It's great to be here. Thank you, Sonny. It's always super to be here. Thank you, Sonny. There's nowhere I'd rather be. Thanks, Sonny. It's fantastic to be here again. Thanks, Sonny. It's good to be back in the broadcast booth with you. Thanks, Sonny. It's a spectacular day for football. Thanks, Sonny. It's great to be back in the saddle. I love hockey.
It's football, Chuck.
Football. Great. I love football. You know, I played professional football for 5 years. I'd still be playing today if it wasn't for that injury.
Was it a head injury, Chuck?
Nope. Charlie horse. Boy, is that smart. Oh, thanks for having me, Sonny. It's an honor to be working with someone of your caliber.
Well, that's why I get paid the big bucks.
Paid? You're getting paid? Ah, man, all I got was a Freddy Fish t-shirt. Oh, it's great to be here, Sammy.
That's sunny.
It sure is. I should have brought my sunglasses. I tell you, Sammy, I don't like the looks of these kids on the home team today. You know why? Because their uniforms are too clean. I always say, never trust a player with a clean uniform. I mean, geez, if you're not covered with dirt and mud at the end of a football game, then there's something wrong with you. We're looking at a pretty good team on the field today. You know, the problem with being the best, though, is when you start thinking you're the best. Take it from me, buddy. The backyard football is nothing like some little computer game. Then all of a sudden, whammo! A career-ending Charlie horse, and just like that, it's all over. And now I'm sitting in a broadcast booth with you wearing a $2 suit. Not that I'm complaining. I really love this job. Well, it's a beautiful day for football, and I, for one, can't wait to get this game started. What a day for football. I can smell it in the air. A pass, a run, a touchdown. I love football season. What an exciting season we've seen so far, Sonny. The teams in this league have really come out to play and have given the fans a great show. Boy, there's nothing like a good old game of football to get my juices flowing, even though I can't play anymore. That opening whistle still gives me goosebumps. This is my favorite time of year, Sonny. The smell of freshly cut grass, the gentle squish of slightly damp ground, the sound of vendors calling, "Hot dogs! Get your hot dogs!" There's nothing like it. You know, out of all the seasons in the year, this one is my favoritist. None of the others, winter, spring, summer, or fall, can hold a candle to this season.
What season are you talking about, Chuck?
A football season, of course.
Of course.
Well, I'll tell you, the game was a lot tougher when I played, Sonny. The players they were huge, mountains of men. The guys on the field today look like a bunch of little kids.
They are a bunch of little kids, Chuck.
Oh, well, that reminds me of back in '97 when I was playing for the Hobartians in the Northwestern League.
Well,
why?
Well, how does it remind you of playing for the Hobartians in 1997?
Well, 'cause we was both playing football. People often ask me, "Hey, Chuck, why do they call it pigskin?" Well, I'll tell you, buddy. In my day, we didn't use a football. Nope. We played with an actual pig. Yeah, we called it pig ball. Boy, you haven't lived till you've seen a pig flying 50 yards downfield for a touchdown. But then the pigs started complaining about not getting enough money, so they quit, and we had to start using those footballs. I tell you, buddy, the game just wasn't the same without those pigs. Bless them. Well, I think a big problem these kids got today is they play those computer games, like those football ones that they got now, and they think they can go out and play the real thing. Yep, this brings back some memories. Football hasn't changed one bit since back when I was playing, except for one thing, Sonny. One of those things on their heads.
Those are helmets, Chuck. They protect your head.
Oh, wow. I really could have used one of those when I played. This is the first and only time these teams from opposing conferences will meet this season. This is the only time these teams from rival conferences will meet this season. Unless, of course, they both make it to the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. This game is an interesting matchup of interconference rivals. Anything can happen. These teams hardly ever see each other, so what you've got is a lot of unknowns in this here equation. This is your classic interconference showdown. Two teams from different sides of the track. Kind of like that West Side Story deal. What we've got here is an interconference showdown of two teams that have a lot of pride in where they come from, and they want to do their conference proud. These teams don't see each other much in the regular season, but it's possible they could meet again in the playoffs. These teams meet only once a year, but you know something memorable is going to happen when they do. These teams don't play each other very much, so anything could happen today. This is the first time these teams have seen each other this year in what could be a preview of a playoff matchup. This is the first game of this team's title defense, and I'm sure that every team they face will be extra pumped up to play the league champs. I tell you, these guys have big targets on their backs now because when you're the champ, everyone wants to take you out. Take it from me, defending a championship is no easy task. Everyone will be coming after you a little bit harder, trying to make a name for themselves by beating the champ. The first game of the season often sets the tone for the rest of the year. It's finally football season again, and boy am I excited. This season hasn't turned out the way they had hoped, but there's still time for them to turn things around. Things haven't gone the way they planned this season. Maybe this game will be the start of something good for them. Things haven't always gone their way this season, but they're not out of the playoff picture yet. They can still turn this season around if they play together as a team. Now, this team has struggled a bit this season, but there's still half the season to go, and anything can happen. These kids are having a terrific season so far, and hopefully they can keep it going all the way to the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. This team is having a fantastic season so far, and if they can keep it up, they could go all the way to the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. This team has already clinched a playoff berth, but that doesn't mean that they can relax. There's still a lot of football to be played, and they'll want to play well and stay sharp. This team has been playing top-notch football and has already secured a playoff berth. They don't have much left to prove this year, but I'm sure that they want to keep their game going at a high level. These kids' hard work and dedication has paid off, with a division championship and a berth in the BFL playoffs. This team has remained focused on one thing all year, winning the division championship so they can get to the BFL playoffs. And they've finally done it. Well, things may not have worked out the way these kids expected, but that doesn't mean that they're going to give up. They're going to keep playing their best and try to win this game. Oh, these kids won't make the playoffs this year, but I'm sure that they'll want to end the season on a high note and win this last game. Well, this is it. Time to lay it all out on the line. Win and go to the playoffs, lose, and head to the golf courses. This is what they call a must-win game. They must win to continue on to the playoffs. Otherwise, it's game over, baby. You have to be very careful in games like this. When a team has clinched a playoff spot, sometimes they relax and then, whammo, somebody gets hurt. You know, like a Charlie horse or something like that. Even though they've already clinched the playoff spot, this is no time to let up. The players still have a bunch of personal goals they have to achieve. These kids have already clinched their division championship and a chance to play in the BFL playoffs. But before they do that, they have to take care of business here today. This team has already won their division title, and I'm sure they're anxious to start the playoffs. But they can't look ahead when they have one last game to play here. It's playoff time, folks, and this is when the real football starts. Every game is do or die. There's no tomorrow in the playoffs, baby. I love the playoffs. This is better than Christmas, buddy. Every game is a must-win. One loss, and you're out of there, baby. This is it. The winner of this game goes on to the big enchilada, the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. You gotta love this. Both of these teams worked so hard to get here, it's too bad one of them has to lose and go home. But that's the way the boat floats. Here we are, the two best teams in the BFL going head-to-head to get to the top of the totem pole, the BFL Championship. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The big day, the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. And I gotta tell you, I've got goosebumps all over. Today's game will decide who's the champ and who's the chump.
Let's go down to the field. All right, let's get on with the fun. And now, kids, it's time for some action. So, what are we waiting for? Let's play some football. I think we're all ready to play some football. Without further ado, it's football time. Alrighty then, it's time for some football. So, let's get on with the game. And now it's time for the action to begin. As my co-host Chuck Downfield would say, enough talking! Let's start rockin'! Let's go see some BFL football. I'm ready for some BFL action. How about you? Let's go catch some football. It's halftime. Welcome to halftime. Welcome to halftime, football fans. Hey-de-ho, it's halftime. Hey, football fans, it's halftime. Hey-de-ho, football fans, it's halftime. We are halfway through the game. We've reached the midpoint of this contest. And the Bombers take the lead into the locker room. The Bombers are in the lead, and the Rockets are in the lead as they head into the locker room. And the Rockets take the lead into the locker room. And the Hornets head into the locker room with a lead. The Hornets are in the lead as they head into the locker room. And the Pigskins take the lead into the locker room. The Pigskins are in the lead as they head into the locker room. And the Wombats have the lead as they head into the locker room. And the Wombats have the lead. And the Melonheads head into the locker room with the lead. And the Melonheads have the lead as they head off the field. And the All-Stars are in the lead. And the All-Stars have the lead as they head off the field. And the Monsters have taken the lead as they head off the field. And the Monsters are in the lead. And the Fishes take the lead as they head into the locker room. And the Fishes head off the field with the lead. The Bills are ahead at halftime. The Bills lead at the half. The Colts ride into the locker room with the lead. The Colts lead at halftime. The Dolphins lead at the break. The Dolphins lead after one half. The Jets head into halftime with the lead. The Jets are leading this one at the half. The Patriots are ahead at halftime. The Patriots are winning at halftime. The Bengals are leading after one half. The Bengals go into halftime with the lead. The Jaguars are leading this game at the midway point. The Jaguars head to the lockers with the halftime lead. The Titans are leading this one so far. The Titans are ahead at the half. The Ravens fly into the locker room with the lead. The Ravens are winning this one at halftime. The Steelers are winning at the half. The Steelers are ahead at the half. The Broncos are leading this game at the half. The Broncos head to the lockers with the halftime lead. The Chargers take a halftime lead into the locker room. The Chargers are ahead at the half. The Chiefs are winning at halftime. The Chiefs are ahead midway through the ball game. The Raiders head off the field with a halftime lead. The Raiders are leading this one at the half. The Seahawks are ahead at halftime. The Seahawks soar into halftime with the lead. The Cardinals lead as the half comes to a close. The Cardinals are out in front as the first half ends. The Cowboys are winning this one as both teams head off the field. The Cowboys are ahead as the first half ends. The Eagles are out in front as the first half comes to a close. The Eagles lead the ball game at halftime. And the Giants take the lead into the locker room. And the Giants are in the lead. The Redskins are ahead midway through the ball game. The Redskins march into the locker room with a halftime lead. The Bears are leading this one as the first half comes to a close. The Bears head to the lockers with the lead at the half. The Buccaneers are leading this one at the break. The Buccaneers are winning this one so far as the clock expires and the first half ends. The Lions are ahead at the break. The Lions lead at the break. The Packers lead midway through the game. The Packers head into halftime leading the game. The Vikings are winning this one at the half. The Vikings are leading this game at halftime. The Falcons have the lead at halftime. The Falcons lead at the half. The 49ers are ahead at the break. The 49ers are out in front as both teams head to the lockers. The Panthers are out in front as the first half expires. The Panthers are leading this one as the first half comes to a close. The Rams head off the field with the halftime lead. The Rams are ahead as the first half ends. The Saints lead this one midway through the game. The Saints head to the locker room with the lead at halftime. The Browns have the lead as the first half expires. The Browns lead this ball game at halftime. The Bombers are so far in the lead, I don't know if the other team can catch them. And the Rockets walk off the field with a humongous lead. The Hornets take a huge lead into the locker room. The Pigskins take a humongous lead as they head into the locker room. And the Wombats take a really big lead as they head into the locker room. And the Melonheads have a really big lead as they head off the field. And the All-Stars are way far in the lead. And the Monsters are in the lead by quite a bit. And the Fishes head off the field with a huge lead. The Bills dominated the first half. The Colts trot off the field with a big lead. The Dolphins are winning big at the half. The Jets had a supersonic first half. The Patriots just crushed them in the first half. The Bengals devoured their opponents in the first half. The Jaguars tore their opponents into shreds in the first half. The Titans pummeled their opponents in the first half. The Ravens are way out in front in the first half. The Steelers are pounding them at halftime. The Broncos are busting them at the half. The Chargers had an electric first half and are way out in front at halftime. The Chiefs are winning this one by a mile. The Raiders plundered their opponents in the first half. The Seahawks soar into halftime with a huge lead. The Cardinals looked like world beaters in the first half. The Cowboys were unstoppable in the first half. The Eagles head into the locker room with a mammoth halftime lead. And the Giants have a huge lead as they head off the field. The Redskins were overpowering in the first half. The Bears had a ferocious first half and head off the field with a big halftime lead. The Buccaneers were simply unstoppable in the first half. The Lions had a tremendous first half and lead this one by a huge margin. The Packers looked like world champs out there in the first half, dominating every aspect of the game. The Vikings are up big at the half. The Falcons demolished the opposition in the first half. The 49ers struck gold in the first half and lead big at halftime. The Panthers are blowing them out at the half. The Rams are way ahead in this game. The Saints crushed their opponents in the first half. The Browns looked like they were the only team on the field in the first half, and the Bombers are barely holding on to their lead as they head off the field. The Rockets are neck and neck with their opponents as they head into the locker room. It's a close match as the Hornets head off the field with a small lead. It's a close match between the two teams as the Pigskins head off the field carrying only a slim lead. Boy, it's a close one as the Wombats head into the locker room with only a small lead. And the Melonheads are holding on to the lead by the skin of their teeth. And the All-Stars are barely holding on to the lead. Well, it's a close one as the Monsters head off the field holding on to the lead by the skin of their teeth. And the Fishes are barely holding on to the lead. The Bills are squeaking by at the half. The Colts have the slim halftime lead. The Dolphins are ahead by an inch in this neck-and-neck battle. The Jets lead in a close one. The Patriots are ahead by a nose at halftime. The Bengals are ahead at the half, but only barely. The Jaguars are clinging to a tiny lead at the half. The Titans are leading at the half, but not by much. The Ravens are ahead in a close one. The Steelers lead heading into halftime, but just barely. The Broncos sneak into the locker room, clinging to a small halftime lead. The Chargers head into halftime with the lead, but not by much. The Chiefs are winning a close game at the half. The Raiders run off the field, holding on to a small lead at the half. The Seahawks head into the half, clinging to a minuscule lead. The Cardinals lead at halftime, but not by much. The Cowboys lead at the half in a neck-and-neck race. The Eagles are ahead at the half, but it's a close one. The Giants head into the locker room with only a small lead. The Redskins are hanging on to a small lead at the half. The Bears are clinging to a slight halftime lead. The Buccaneers are ahead in a close one. The Lions are winning by a slim margin at the half. The Packers are leading at the half in a close contest. The Vikings are winning a close one at the half. The Falcons are ahead at the half, but only by a nose. The 49ers are winning the game at halftime, but not by much. The Panthers have a slim lead at the half. The Rams are ahead at the half, but only by the hair on their chins. The Saints have a small lead at halftime. The Browns head into halftime clinging to a small lead. And at the half, the Bombers are trailing. The Bombers are behind at the half. The Rockets trail at halftime. At the half, the Rockets trail. The Hornets head into the half trailing. At halftime, the Hornets are behind. It's halftime, and the Pigs Blueskins are trailing. At the half, the Pigskins are behind. Midway through the game, the Wombats are behind. The Wombats are trailing at the half. The Melonheads are behind at halftime. It's halftime, and the Melonheads are trailing. Believe it or not, the All-Stars are actually behind at halftime. A possible upset in the works as the All-Stars trail at the half. The Monsters are behind at the half. Midway through the contest, and the Monsters trail. The Fishes are trailing at the midway point of this game. At the half, the Fishes are behind. The Bills are trailing at halftime. The Bills are behind at the half. The Colts are trailing at the half. The Colts trail heading into halftime. The Dolphins are behind at the half. The Dolphins are trailing at halftime. The Jets trail heading into halftime. The Jets are behind at the half. The Patriots are behind at halftime. The Patriots are losing in the first half. The Bengals head into the half on the short end of the scoreboard. The Bengals are behind at the half. The Jaguars are losing at the half. The Jaguars are trailing in this one at the half. The Titans head into the locker room trailing in this one. The Titans are trailing at the half. The Ravens head off the field trailing at the half. The Ravens are behind at halftime. The Steelers head into the half trailing in this game. The Steelers are behind heading into halftime. The Broncos trail heading into the locker room. The Broncos head off the field trailing at the half. The Chargers are behind at the half. The Chargers head into the locker room trailing at the half. The Chiefs are losing at halftime. The Chiefs head into the halftime trailing in this ballgame. The Raiders are losing in this one as they head into halftime. The Raiders trail at the half. The Seahawks are losing at the half. The Seahawks head into the locker room trailing at the half. The Cardinals are behind at halftime. The Cardinals trail in this game at the half. The Cowboys head off the field trailing at halftime. The Cowboys trail at the half. The Eagles are behind at halftime. The Eagles are behind as the first half expires. At halftime, the Giants are behind. The Giants are trailing at the half. The Redskins trail as the first half ends. The Redskins are behind at halftime. The Bears are behind at the half. The Bears are behind in this one as the first half comes to a close. The Buccaneers trail this one at the half. The Buccaneers are on the short end of the scoreboard at halftime. The Lions trail in this one as both teams head off the field. The Lions are trailing in this game as the first half expires. The Packers are trailing at the half. The Packers are losing this one as both teams head to the lockers for halftime. The Vikings head off the field trailing at the half. The Vikings are behind as the first half ends. The Falcons are going to have to play catch-up in the second half as they trail here at halftime. The Falcons trail at the half. The 49ers head off the field trailing at the half. The 49ers are behind as the first half comes to a close. The Panthers trail in this ballgame as the first half expires. The Panthers are losing here at halftime. The Rams trail in this ballgame as the first half comes to a close. The Rams head to halftime trailing in the game. The Saints are behind as both teams head off the field for halftime. The Saints trail here at the half. The Browns are behind at the half. The Browns trail in this game as the first half ends. The Bombers are getting a bit of their own medicine, getting bombed in the first half. The Rockets have fizzled, losing big at the half. The Hornets got stung in the first half and are way behind. There's bacon frying here today as the Pigskins are getting burnt at halftime. The Wombats have been caged today, getting blown out in the first half. The Melonheads looked like fruit salad in the first half, getting blown out big time. Wow, I can't believe it. It's halftime and the All-Stars are getting creamed. The Monsters are getting tamed here at halftime, trailing by a whole lot of points. It's an old-fashioned fish fry here as the Fishes got burnt in the first half. The Bills were bombed in the first half. The Colts were crushed in the first half. The Dolphins looked like guppies as they were blown out in the first half. The Jets were shot down in the first half. The Patriots were pummeled in the first half. The Bengals were blown out in the first half. The Jaguars were jackhammered in the first half. The Titans tumbled in the first half, getting blown out. The Ravens were ravaged in the first half. The Steelers were smashed in the first half. The Broncos were busted in the first half and are way behind. The Chargers got zapped in the first half and are trailing big time. The Chiefs really stunk it up in the first half. The Raiders got run over in the first half. The Seahawks stunk in the first half. The Cardinals crashed in the first half and are way behind. The Cowboys were annihilated in the first half. The Eagles got their wings clipped in the first half. The Giants are looking pretty small right now after getting thumped in the first half. The Redskins look black and blue after the first half and are way behind. The Bears got stomped in the first half. The Buccaneers were buried in the first half. The Lions were tamed in the first half and are way behind. The Packers were plastered in the first half. The Vikings got stomped in the first half. The Falcons got their feathers plucked in the first half and are trailing big. The 49ers were 86th in the first half and are way behind. The Panthers were blasted in the first half. The Rams got railroaded in the first half and trail big. The Saints stumbled, fumbled, and got pummeled in the first half. The Browns got bombed in the first half. The Bombers are keeping it close at halftime. It's halftime and the Rockets trail in a close game. The Hornets are behind at the half but are still very much in the game. The Pigskins trail at the half but are still within striking distance. It's halftime and the Wombats are really making a game of it. It's halftime and the Melonheads are behind, but only by a little. The All-Stars trail at the half. That's right! The All-Stars are actually behind, although it's a very close game. The Monsters trail in a very close game. It's halftime and the Fishes trail by the slightest of margins. The Bills are behind, but not by much. The Colts trail at the half in a close one. The Dolphins are behind at halftime, but not by much. The Jets trail at the half in a close game. The Patriots head to halftime, trailing in a close game. The Bengals are behind at the half in a tight game. The Jaguars head out the field trailing at the half in a close ball game. The Titans trail at halftime in a close one. The Ravens are behind at the half in a tight game. The Steelers trail in a tight game. The Broncos are behind at the half in a close ball game. The Chargers head off the field trailing at halftime in a close game. The Chiefs trail at halftime, but only barely. The Raiders trail at the half, but not by much. The Seahawks head to the locker room for halftime, trailing in a close game. The Cardinals are behind at the half in a tight game. The Cowboys trail at the half, but it's still close. The Eagles are behind at the half in a close game. The Giants are trailing in a close one here at the half. The Redskins trail heading into halftime, but it's still anyone's ball game. The Bears are behind, but only by a bit. The Buccaneers are behind at the half, but it's still anyone's ball game. The Lions trail at halftime, but this game's still too close to call. The Packers head off the field for halftime, trailing in a close ball game. The Vikings are behind at the half in a close game. The Falcons trail at the half, but not by much. The 49ers are behind at halftime in a tight game. The Panthers trail at the half in a close game. The Rams are trailing in a tight game as the first half expires. The Saints are behind in a close one as the first half comes to a close. The Browns trail in a close game as the first half ends. Wow, what a first half! It's a tie game here at the half as each team is scoring at a record pace. It's a tie game here at the half in this high-scoring affair. It's all tied up at the half as both teams are locked in a scoring duel. Here at the half, we've got ourselves a tie ball game. It's all tied up here at halftime. Looks like we're in for a treat today. Two closely matched teams battle to a tie at the half. We're tied up at the half. Neither team was able to gain an advantage. The first half was played to a draw. The two teams head into the half tied in this defensive struggle. Both teams are struggling offensively in the first half in this tie ball game. It's a tie ball game here and both sides are having a hard time finding the end zone. At the half, it's all tied up in this tough defensive battle. The two teams are scoreless as they head into the locker room. We haven't seen a point scored yet. The two teams are tied at 0. Not many points put up on the board by either team so far today. We're seeing some good defense by both both teams today. Both teams are struggling to get their offenses started. We're seeing an old-fashioned shootout today. These two teams are really lighting up the scoreboard. The points are really piling up for both sides so far in this ball game.
The Bombers, the Rockets, the Hornets, the Pigskins, the Wombats, the Melonheads, the All-Stars, the Monsters, the Fishes, the Bills, the Colts, the Dolphins, the Jets, the Patriots, the Bengals, the Jaguars, the Titans, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Bears, the Buccaneers, the Lions, the Packers, the Vikings, the Falcons, the 49ers, the Panthers, the Rams, the Saints, the Browns, the Giants, the Redskins, the Dummies. Negative 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 0.01, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Kimmy Ekman, Maria Luna, Angela Del Vecchio, Vicky Kawaguchi, Gretchen Hasselhoff, Sally Dobbs, Billie Jean Blackwood, Ashley Weber, Sydney Weber, Keisha Phillips, Stephanie Morgan, Luann Louis, Annie Frazier, Jocinda Smith, Lisa Crockett, Ronnie Dobbs, Ahmed Khan, Amir Khan, Kenny Kawaguchi, Pete Wheeler, Dmitry Petrovich, Ricky Johnson, Marky Du Bois, Reese Worthington, Pablo Sanchez, Tony Del Vecchio, Jorge Garcia, Dante Robinson, Ernie Steele, Mikey Thomas, Arlene Perez, Cindy Chang, Colleen Kleeker, Diana Hayes, Frances Blower, Grace Tipton, Hannah Peavy, Heather Quinn, Isabel Morelli, Joella Minotti, Julie Dunkel, Katie Shaker, Laura Nunez, Lena Ing, Liz Kinghorn, Mary Riley, Molly May, Olga Tollefson, Petra Chekhov, Randy Uno, Stacy Gordon, Tanya Uchida, Arnie Pimbleton, Brett Olson, Chad Koppel, Chris Milton, Davey Marion, Earl Abbott, Felix Grant, Frankie Hawley, Gary Allen, Andre Deschamps, Ibrahim Mohammed, Jack Joseph, Jim Kiley, Jordan Thorner, Murray Goldman, Nikki Winston, Paco Kaufman, Raphael Hendricks, Robbie Bacco, Ryan Vanderhook, Shane Smith, Stevie Lynn, Timmy Younger, Todd Xavier, Vic Souffle, Vladimir Womack, Wally Evans, Zenon Estrada, Amy Bostwick, Clarice Reed, Debbie Nagasawa, Esther French, Gail Weinman, Holly Franklin, Jane Davis, Julia Bunza, Kara Donato, Chrissy Mulligan, Leo Wayne, Linda Potter, Mariana Raouf, Machiko Adachi, Nancy Chen, Olive Hussein, Ramona Bennett, Serena Damonte, Sonia Hagen, Star Moonbeam, Tiffany Bosworth, Tina Herrera, Vanna Steinman, Veronica Lee, Whitney Singh, Zena Fromm, Andre Simpson, Bobby Bullgreen, Carlos Ocampo, Chico Papas, Chucky Flinder, Dominique Lowe, Eric LeBeau, Fernando Diaz, Fred Benson, George Coleman, Horace Young, Isaac Drummond, Jay Green, Johnny Omar, Mickey O'Connor, Nate Kowalski, Omar Stefano, PJ Sharif, Ray Tran, Stan Olafson, Stuart Sullivan, Wing Kwan, Betty Houston, Sheila Bassanti, Barry Sanders, Brett Favre, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, John Elway, Drew Bledsoe, Riley, Dan Marino, Mr. Clanky, Alicia Stone, Alexis Page, Amanda Pruitt, Angie Spooner, Anthony Bender, Ben Douglas, Billy Entwist, Brad Larson, Custom Player.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 100.
A good start by the home team. A good start by the away team. Let me tell you, this game is like pow. You know, Sonny? I tell you, these guys are looking good in the first half. They had a real solid first half. Now let's see what they do the rest of the game. Well, this team got off to a jim dandy of a start in the first half. Let's see if they got anything left to finish the game. Oh, these guys came ready to play today. It really showed on the field in the first half. You know, I always says it's better to be up at halftime than down. It's true. They're playing as well as I did before my career-ending Charlie horse. Sonny, this is quite possibly the best half of football I've ever seen played. Wow! This team is completely dominating every aspect of the game in the first half. We're midway through the game, and this team can switch it to autopilot because this game is over, baby. I mean over. What we got here is an old-fashioned blowout at the half. This team is in control right now with a big halftime lead. Are firing on both cylinders. Look like world champs today. We're dang near unstoppable in the first half. A scrappy bunch of players really putting in for a super effort. Let me tell you, Sonny, looks like we're in for a close game. I tell you, these guys are looking real good in the first half, but it was still a little too close for my taste. Let's see if they can blow them away in the second half. We got ourselves a great game here. It can still go either way. A slim lead can go whoosh, just like that in this league. Can't be happy with that first half. We'll need to turn it around in the second half. I'm sure this isn't the kind of first half the coach had in mind before the game. You know, when you've had a terrible first half like these guys did, the only thing you can do is just try to put it behind you and come out strong in the second half. You know, most people would say this team is completely out of it. But I've seen stranger things happen. One time, my team was behind 63-0 going into the fourth quarter, and we lost that game. Well, maybe they are completely out of it. Boy, they can't seem to get anything going in this game today. This team looks like they ate too much pizza last night, 'cause man, they are sluggish. They couldn't tackle my grandmother today. Boy, oh boy, this is one close game. Anything can happen in the second half. Well, folks, they may be down, but they sure aren't out. Not by a long shot. Well, this game could go either way. There's still a lot of time left in this ballgame. Wowie, wow. All those points, and we're right back where we started at, a tie ballgame. Both teams really lit it up out there, but they can't seem to stop the other one from scoring either. A 0-0 tie. What is this? A soccer game? Hey, did the scoreboard operator call in sick today, or are we really tied at 0-0? At this pace, they should be in double digits by next Thursday. Boy, if this game were any slower, it'd be yesterday. Jeez, half the game's over and neither team can really get it going. Both teams are playing pretty good D, but it won't do any good if they don't start scoring. Ha! I've seen more action in pottery class. Somebody better start moving that ball soon, or else the team doctor's going to declare it legally dead. These two teams are scoring points like they were going out of style. They scored more in one half than most teams do in a whole game. Wow, I feel like I'm watching a tennis match with all the back and forth on the field today. If this game gets any closer, I'm going to get claustrophobic. When these two teams get together, it's always the classic, and today's no substitute. We're an unresistible force in the first half, racking up total yards. We're way ahead in yardage with total yards. Oh, this team is racking up the yards today. Are way ahead in the yardage department. Are really behind in the yardage department. Have gone nowhere fast today, racking up in total yards. Boy, they're having a tough time getting anything started on offense. I tell ya. The team that has the most yardage usually wins, so things don't look too good. The offense has really been struggling. The teams are neck and neck in total yards. The teams are nearly identical in total yardage. As far as total yards are concerned, these teams were pretty close. These teams were pretty even yardage-wise. The two teams are neck and neck in yardage. Look at how close these two teams are in yards gained. Have owned the air today with yards passing. Have dominated the passing game all day long with yards. These guys are chewing up yardage like bubblegum. I tell you, these guys got more yardage than a real estate company. Had a hard time getting anything done in the air in the first half with only passing yards. We're way behind in passing yards with only. Both teams were close in total passing yards. Both teams had nearly the same total passing yards. On the ground in the first half, piling up rushing yards. Dominated the running game with rushing yards today. Ran into a brick wall in the first half with only rushing yards. Went nowhere on the ground today with only rushing yards. These guys couldn't move the ball anywhere in the first half. I tell you, these poor kids were just overmatched in the first half. Both teams had similar days on the ground. Both these teams had close to the same yards on the ground in the first half. Led the game in takeaways with, are having a good defensive day so far, forcing turnovers in the first half. Had a hard time holding on to the ball in the first half. Had a whole bunch of turnovers in the first half. Both teams were pretty even in turnovers. The teams were close in turnovers at the half. One thing that's in this team's corner is the clock. They just got to sit on that ball and let the time run out. You know, time is a funny thing. If you win in the game, man, it seems like it's an eternity out there, like that clock isn't moving at all. But if you're losing, you'll do anything for a little more time. This team's got a lot of heart, Sonny. I don't care how little time is left. They can still win it. You know, there's still enough time left to make something happen, but they better start with the making quick. As the great Jerry Reed once said, we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. If they can score here, it'll be known as the drive to end all drives. Boy, what a great game. I haven't been this excited since I played Putt-Putt Enters the Race. What a game. I haven't been this excited since they invented husky-sized pants. I've seen better competition in one-man ping pong. What a snoozer. Watching this game is about as fun as stirring oatmeal. Now's the time of the program where I like to reflect on what I likes to call my thoughts. You know, my old coach used to say to us kids, there's no I in team. I always used to remember that during games, until one day I realized that while there wasn't an I in team, there was a me. After that, I never listened to that coach again. You know, football is a lot like ballet. The graceful leaps of the wide receiver, the sidestepping of a scrambling QB, the dumping of the water bucket on the winning coach. Well, I guess they're not really that similar. Never mind. The relationship between the QB and the coach is sometimes like the role of mom and dad in the family unit. The coach, like the dad, is the one everyone thinks is in charge. And the quarterback, like the mom, is the one who is really in charge and does all the work. Football is all about love. You gotta love the game, you gotta love your teammates, and you gotta love the mud and dirt under your cleats. But you gotta remember, sometimes love hurts, and when you're losing as much as these guys, love really hurts. The football player has to have a mind like a steel trap. You have to remember all sorts of complex stuff like, I forgot. You have to be tough to play football in the BFL. I mean, real tough. If you're not picking turf out of your teeth at the end of the game, then there's something wrong with you. When you're in the short yardage situation, everybody knows you're going to run it. I know it, you know it, your mother knows it. So I say, why not mix them up and go deep? Boom! 6 points. Football is a mind game. You got to outthink the other player on every down. You got to go left when they think you're going to go right. You got to throw when they think you're going to run. Of course, if you're 280 and you run like a gazelle, that doesn't hurt neither. You know, nowadays, people get caught up in who makes the most money, who's got the craziest hair, who's got the prettiest uniforms, but the bottom line is whose team's got the most points at the end of the game. In this league, Sonny, no lead is ever safe. These kids today are fast. They run like fish in the water, and they can score a lot of points quickly. Well, I think I just saw the fat lady singing in the stands, so that means this game is history. It's about time for the coaches to start thinking about the next game. If this was a video game, there would be a big game over flashing on the screen, 'cause this game is history, man. Who's next?
Let's go back to the field. Let's head back to the stadium. Let's get back to the game. Well, let's see some more football. Let's get back to the action. Let's head back for some more action. Well, let's head back over to the field for some more BFL action. Let's head back to the game. Okay, folks, time for some more football. Well, fans, it looks like we're in for some more football. Hold on to your hats. We're headed to OT. Hang on, folks, here we go. It's overtime. We're heading to overtime. Looks like we're getting to see some extra football as the teams are going to overtime. Both teams are tied at the end of regulation in this high-scoring affair. A lot of points scored by both teams, and we're not done yet as we head to overtime.
It was an old-fashioned shootout, and it ain't over yet. We're going to settle it in sudden death. I'm telling you, I'm not sure I can stand this much excitement. We're off to sudden death. 4 quarters were not enough to contain these two offensive juggernauts. These teams just have too much offense for 4 quarters. We'll need an extra one to settle things.
Both teams are knotted in a defensive struggle, and they're heading to overtime to settle it. In a defensive showdown, both teams are tied and heading to overtime.
These two defensive clubs have got a stranglehold on each other. I don't know if OT will be enough to break this stalemate. These two clubs are deadlocked in a defensive struggle. Neither of these teams has been eager to score today. We may be here for a long time. Let's see if one of these teams wakes up and starts scoring some points.
That's right, folks. It's a 0-0 tie going into overtime. And still, no score. Maybe somebody will find the end zone in overtime.
Holy cow! 4 quarters and no score? Good gravy! 4 quarters and no points? One of these teams better score soon, because if I'm late for dinner, Mom's gonna be real mad. What a snoozer! Hey, Sonny, wake me if somebody scores, will ya? Here's the official PFL rules for sudden death. Rule 1, first team to score wins. Rule 2, there is no Rule 2. Rule 3, see Rules 1 and 2.
Let's settle this thing. And here we go. And now for the exciting finish. Let's get back to the action. Hold on to your hats. Here we go. Let's go back to the game. That's it, folks. It's a final. Well, that wraps things up. We're gonna call it a day. Game over. Put that one in the books. Another game has come to a close. As my co-host would say, stick a fork in it, this one's done. The Bombers win! The Rockets win it today. The Hornets win a good one today. The Pigskins come out on top. The Wombats were winners today. The Melonheads get the win today. The All-Stars were victorious. The Monsters looked good today. The Fishes come away with a W today. The Bills tasted sweet victory today. The Colts came out on top today. The Dolphins made all the right moves. The Jets emerged victorious today. The Patriots get a win today. The Bengals were the better team today. The Jaguars came out on top. The Titans were victorious. The Ravens flew to victory today. The Steelers made all the right moves today. The Broncos looked good today. The Chargers were the better team today. The Chiefs came away with the win today. The Raiders came out on top. The Seahawks tasted sweet victory today. The Cardinals were the victors today. The Cowboys get the big W today. The Eagles were winners today. The Giants come away with the win. The Redskins got it done today. The Bears win it. The Buccaneers come out on top in this one. The Lions looked good today. The Packers come away with the W. The Vikings made all the right moves today. The Falcons get a win here today. The 49ers come away with a win. The Panthers came out on top. The Rams win it today. The Saints looked good today and get the win. The Browns were the better team today. The Bombers squeak by in this one. The Rockets win a close one. The Hornets sneak by with the win. The Pigskins won a tight one. The Wombats win a close battle. The Melonheads come out on top in a close one. The All-Stars win a close one today. The Monsters managed to squeak by today. The Fishes managed to hold off a good team today. The Bills win a close one. The Colts win a tough one today. The Dolphins come out on top in a tough battle. The Jets get by a tough opponent today. The Patriots get a hard-fought victory. The Bengals beat a tough team today. The Jaguars survive a close one. The Titans were winners today in a tough battle. The Ravens managed to squeak by today. The Steelers came out on top today in a close one. The Broncos edged a very good team today. The Chargers are winners in a hard-fought battle. The Chiefs won with a gutsy performance. The Raiders managed to hang on and win a close game. The Seahawks showed some guts in crunch time and came out on top. The Cardinals managed to put it together when it counted and won a close game. The Cowboys won today in a close one. The Eagles won a tight one today. The Giants come out on top in a close one. The Redskins made all the right moves when it counted and win a close one. The Bears beat a tough tough team today. The Buccaneers hang on to win a close one. The Lions get by in a close ball game. The Packers win a close one today. The Vikings are winners in a close game. The Falcons get a hard-fought victory today. The 49ers manage to sneak away with the win today. The Panthers come out on top in a close one. The Rams survive a close one today. The Saints squeak by in a tight game. The Browns sneak away with the win. The Bombers win in a blowout. The Rockets win this one by a wide margin. The Hornets rocked the house today. The Pigskins trampled them. The Wombats demolished them. The Melonheads flattened them today. The All-Stars steamrolled to victory. The Monsters creamed them. The Fishes demoralized the opponent today. The Bills demolished them today. The Colts trampled the opponent. The Dolphins looked like world champs today. The Jets played as well as I've ever seen them. The Patriots stomped them today. The Bengals whooped them good today. The Jaguars steamrolled to victory. The Titans blew them away. The Ravens annihilated the opponent. The Steelers crushed them. The Broncos ran over the opponent today. The Chargers played like champs today. The Chiefs demolished their opponent. The Raiders destroyed the other team today. The Seahawks spanked them. The Cardinals flattened them. The Cowboys whooped them good today. The Eagles creamed them. The Giants crushed them today. The Redskins walked all over their opponent today. The Bears stomped them. The Buccaneers demoralized them today. The Lions devoured the opposition. The Packers flattened them. The Vikings blew them away today. The Falcons annihilated them today. The 49ers blew them off the field today. The Panthers looked like world champs today. The Rams won big today. The Saints crushed them. The Browns buried them. The Bombers lose. The Rockets lose today. The Hornets lose a tough one today. The Pigskins came up short today. The Wombats were beaten today. The Melonheads just didn't have it today. The All-Stars actually lost today. The Monsters ran out of gas. The Fishes just didn't have it today. The Bills just couldn't get it done today. The Colts come up short. The Dolphins were just outmatched today. The Jets just didn't have it today. The Patriots had a tough time today. The Bengals just couldn't do it today. The Jaguars lose. The Titans lose today. The Ravens had a bad day. The Steelers come up short. The Broncos lose this one. The Chargers just couldn't get things started today. The Chiefs just couldn't get it done. The Raiders fall today. The Seahawks taste bitter defeat. The Cardinals come up short. The Cowboys fall. The Eagles lose. The Giants were just outmatched today. The Redskins end up on the short end of the scoreboard today. The Bears just didn't have it today. The Buccaneers are beaten today. The Lions came up short. The Packers fall. The Vikings couldn't get it done. The Falcons just couldn't get started. The 49ers just didn't have it today. The Panthers fall today. The Rams came up short. The Saints were outmatched today. The Browns had a tough time out there today. The Bombers lose a heartbreaker today. The Rockets come up just a little short. The Hornets ran out of gas. The Pigskins lose a tough one. The Wombats get edged in the end. The Melonheads lose a heartbreaker. The All-Stars lose a tough one. The Monsters didn't have it in crunch time. The Fishes just couldn't pull it off. The Bills' wheels fell off in the end. The Colts just didn't have anything left in the end. The Dolphins couldn't execute in crunch time. The Jets lose in a tight one. The Patriots come up just shy of the win. The Bengals lose a close one. The Jaguars just didn't have it in the end. The Titans lose a heartbreaker. The Ravens come up just short. The Steelers couldn't quite get it done. The Broncos lose a tough one. The Chargers just plain ran out of gas. The Chiefs just couldn't finish them off. The Raiders lose a close one. The Seahawks were good today, but just not good enough. The Cardinals fell apart during crunch time. The Cowboys are singing the blues after this heartbreaking loss. The Eagles just didn't have it at the end. The Giants lose a tough one. The Redskins choked in crunch time. The Bears lose a tight one. The Buccaneers are beaten in a close one. The Lions are defeated in a tough battle. The Packers couldn't quite finish this one. The Vikings lost a tough one today. The Falcons lost a heartbreaker. The 49ers came up just a little short. The Panthers just couldn't quite get it together. The Rams were beaten today in a close game. The Saints come up just shy. The Browns were close, but no cigar. The Bombers really weren't in this game. The Rockets didn't really show up today. The Hornets got squashed. The Pigskins bit the dust. The Wombats were clearly outmatched today. The Melonheads got creamed. The All-Stars were blown off the field. The Monsters got the pants beaten off them today. The Fishes bit the dust today. The Bills got bombed. The Colts were crushed. The Dolphins were demolished. The Jets crash-landed today. The Patriots got pummeled. The Bengals were out of it from the opening kickoff. The Jaguars were annihilated. The Titans tumbled today. The Ravens were roughed up today. The Steelers were smashed. The Broncos got busted. The Chargers were humiliated. The Chiefs looked like chumps. The Raiders got blasted today. The Seahawks were sacked. The Cardinals were outmatched and outmuscled today. The Cowboys got whooped. The Eagles were squashed. The Giants got stepped on. The Redskins were steamrolled. The Bears were blown out. The Buccaneers were blown out. The Lions made the other team look good today. The Packers were pounded. The Vikings were crushed. The Falcons crash-landed. The 49ers were 86th. The Panthers were pounded. The Rams got creamed. The Saints were smashed. The Browns got burnt. The defensive stalemate is finally over. Well, somebody finally scored and the game's over. I think these two teams could have kept scoring all day, but it finally ends in sudden death. These two just didn't want to quit, but it's finally over. Bombers win! The Bombers win! They did it! The Rockets won it! Goodness gracious! The Hornets win a thriller in OT! The Pigskins win it in OT! Wow! The Wombats pull it out in the extra period. What a game! The Melonheads win a thriller in OT. How do you like that? The All-Stars win it in the extra period. Holy moly! The Monsters pull it off in overtime. Wowie, wow, wow! The Fishes get it done in the extra period. Holy smokes! The Bills get the overtime victory. The Colts win a thriller in OT. The Dolphins get it done in overtime. The Jets had to work overtime, but they got the win. The Patriots came through in the clutch and win it in OT. The Bengals showed some heart and win it in overtime. The Jaguars win a tough one in overtime. The Titans hold them off in the extra period. The Ravens win this overtime thriller. The Steelers get it done in overtime. The Broncos pull off the overtime victory. The Chargers got it done in crunch time and win it in OT. The Chiefs win a heartstopper in OT. The Raiders win a thriller in OT. The Seahawks win it in overtime. Oh, what a game! The Cardinals pull it off in OT. The Cowboys had to work overtime, but they got the job done. The Eagles win an overtime thriller. The Giants win it in OT. The Redskins pull off the overtime victory. The Bears win it in overtime. The Buccaneers get it done in overtime. The Lions win a thriller in the extra period. The Packers win a heartstopper in overtime. The Vikings win it in OT. The Falcons go to overtime and win it. The 49ers had to work overtime, but they got the win. The Panthers pull out the overtime win. The Rams win a tough one in overtime. The Saints made all the right moves in overtime and win it. The Browns win a thriller in the extra period. What a heartbreaker. The Bombers lose in OT. The Rockets lose a thriller. The Hornets lose a tough game in OT. The Pigskins lose a heartbreaker in overtime. The Wombats come up short in overtime. The Melonheads can't get it done in OT. The All-Stars go down in a stunning overtime upset. The Monsters come up short in overtime. The Fishes ran out of gas in OT. The Bills fell apart in overtime. The Colts couldn't get it done in overtime. The Dolphins just didn't have it in overtime. The Jets lose in overtime. The Patriots come up short in the extra period. The Bengals lose a close one in overtime. The Jaguars lose a heartbreaker in OT. The Titans tumble in OT. The Ravens just didn't have it in overtime. The Steelers couldn't get it done in OT. The Broncos lose a tough one in overtime. The Chargers fall in overtime. The Chiefs come up short in overtime. The Raiders lose a tight one in OT. The Seahawks ran out of gas in overtime and lose. The Cardinals couldn't get it done in overtime. The Cowboys come up short in OT. The Eagles fall in the extra period. The Giants come up short in the extra period. The Redskins just didn't have anything left in OT. The Bears are beaten in OT. The Buccaneers were outmatched in the extra period. Lions lose a heartbreaker in overtime. The Packers come up short in a tough overtime loss. The Vikings fall just short in the extra period. The Falcons can't get it done in overtime. The 49ers fall in overtime. The Panthers lose a tough one in OT. The Rams lose by the hair of their chins in overtime. The Saints lose a close one in the extra period. The Browns just ran out of gas and lose in overtime.
They won by the hair of their chin. Boy, oh boy, they won a close one today. They played a heck of a ball game today. Those kids played some good football today. The better team won today. This game was a blowout with a capital B. This was a no contest from the first whistle. Wow, were there really two teams out there today? Holy smokes! What a pasting. Good gravy. These kids had a fantastic day. Hot diggity dog diggity. What a blowout. Well, these kids couldn't be stopped today. These kids played good. But in the end, it wasn't enough. These kind of losses are the toughest. Well, they just couldn't get it together. Tough luck, kids. These guys just didn't have it today. Maybe these kids didn't get enough sleep last night or something. I don't know. Yep, that's what happens when you don't eat your vegetables. Well, what can you say except, ouch. Boy, they couldn't seem to get anything going in this game today. These guys were just plain overmatched today. They won a thriller today. Man, oh man, what a game. Holy Toledo, what a win. Well, they just didn't have anything left in OT. They just couldn't get it done in the extra period. Well, this newsfest has finally come to a close. Well, in the end, one defense finally gave in. In baseball, this would be called a pitcher's duel. In football, it's called just plain boring. Neither of these teams were much in the mood for scoring today. Well, they finally ran out of points. I didn't think they'd ever stop scoring. These two teams were scoring points like they were going out of style. Boy, the score looks more like they were playing basketball than football. It couldn't get much closer than this. If this game were any closer, I could smell its breath. These guys owned the field today. These kids just moved the ball at will today. Well, these guys really racked up the yards today. Was way ahead in yardage. Just ate up the yardage today. These kids just whooped them in yardage. Boy, they just couldn't get anywhere today, could they? The offense never got off the team bus today. Boy, they had a tough time getting anything started on offense. Boy, these guys went nowhere on offense today. Came up short in the yardage department. They just couldn't get the yardage that they needed today. Yardage-wise, these two teams were close. These guys were pretty close in yardage. The two teams were neck and neck in yardage. Look at how close these two teams were in yards gained. These two teams were mirror images of each other in yardage. They were pretty near even there in yardage. These kids owned the air today. They had an unbeatable aerial attack. Boy, their QB looked a little sicky out there. Maybe he caught that Hong Kong flu. Boy, their QB looked a little sickly out there. Maybe she caught that Hong Kong flu. Boy, that quarterback didn't take his vitamins today, did he? Boy, that quarterback didn't take her vitamins today, did she? This was a classic quarterback duel. We'll call this quarterback duel a draw. These kids owned the ground today. These guys were unstoppable on the ground. Their running game just never got started. Yeah, I think the running backs missed the rides to the field today. Their running backs came out pretty even today. The running backs were about even. Had a field day forcing turnovers today. Had a great day forcing turnovers. Had a hard time holding on to the ball today. We're falling all over the place trying to hold on to the ball. The teams were close in turnovers. The teams were about even in turnovers.
Well, that about wraps things up here. For Chuck Downfield, I'm Sunny Day. So long. Another great game of BFL football has come to a close. For Chuck Downfield, I'm Sunny Day. Good night, folks. For Chuck Downfield, I'm Sunny Day. Until next time, keep those footballs flying. So long. Well, that does it for us. I'm Sunny Day, along with Chuck Downfield. See you next time on BFL Football. For Chuck Downfield, I'm Sunny Day. Thanks for watching BFL Football. And remember, always be a good sport. Be a good sport. Always. So long! Until next time, this is Sunny Day, along with Chuck Downfield. So long, folks! I'm Sunny Day. On behalf of Chuck Downfield and myself, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching BFL Football. Goodbye! For Chuck Downfield, this is Sunny Day. I hope you all enjoyed this game as much as we did. So long! That's a wrap! Until next time, this is Sunny Day and Chuck Downfield. Goodbye, folks. This one's over. And so are we. For Chuck Downfield, this is Sunny Day. See you next time. For Chuck Downfield, I'm Sunny Day. Until next time, keep your cleats laced. See ya, folks. For Chuck Downfield, I'm Sunny Day. See you next time on BFL Football. Until next time, this is Sunny Day and Chuck Downfield. Work hard and all your backyard dreams will come true. So long. Well, I'm done. How about you? See you next time. For Chuck Downfield, I'm Sunny Day. So long. I said strawberry ice cream, not raspberry. Oh. Are we still on? That's all here. For Chuck Downfield, this is Sunny Day. So long. Why didn't you tell me the mic was still on? They did it! They won it! The Super Colossal Cereal Bowl!
This team has remained focused on one thing all year, winning the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. And they've finally done it.
What a game! This game is presented by the authority of the Backyard Football League. Any unauthorized reproduction, rebroadcast, or redistribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of Humongous Entertainment and the Junior Sports Network is strictly prohibited.
I love it when you talk that legal mumbo-jumbo. It's funny.
For the charming Chuck Downfield and all of us here at Junior Sports Network, this is Sunny Day saying so long from the Super Colossal Cereal Bowl. See you next season.
Well, things may not have worked out the way these kids expected, but that's the way the boat floats. It's about time for the coach to start thinking about the next season.
Kimmy Ekman, Maria Luna, Angela Del Vecchio, Vicky Kawaguchi, Gretchen Hasselhoff, Sally Dobbs, Billie Jean Blackwood, Ashley Weber, Sydney Weber, Keisha Phillips, Stephanie Morgan, Luann Louie, Annie Fraser, Jocinda Smith, Lisa Crockett, Ronnie Dobbs, Ahmed Khan, Amir Khan, Kenny Kawaguchi, Pete Wheeler, Dmitry Petrovich, Ricky Johnson, Marky Dubois, Reese Worthington, Pablo Sanchez, Tony Del Vecchio, Jorge Garcia, Dante Robinson, Ernie Steele, Mikey Thomas, Custom Player, Alexis Page, Alicia Stone, Amanda Pruitt, Angie Spooner, Arlene Perez, Cindy Chang, Colleen Clinker, Diana Hayes, Frances Bluer, Grace Tipton, Heather Quinn, Isabel Morelli, Joella Minotti, Julie Dunkel, Katie Schenker, Laura Nunez, Lena Ing, Liz Kinghorn, Mary Riley, Molly May, Olga Tollefson, Petra Chekhov, Randy Uno, Sheila Basanti, Stacy Gordon, Tanya Uchida, Anthony Bender, Ben Douglas, Billy Entwist, Brad Larson, Artie Pimbleton, Brett Olson, Chad Couple, Chris Milton, Davy Marion, Earl Abbott, Felix Grant, Frankie Holly, Gary Allen, Henry Deschênes, Ibrahim Mohammed, Jack Joseph, Jim Kiley, Jordan Thorner, Murray Goldman, Nikki Winston, Paco Kaufman, Raphael Hendricks, Robbie Bacco, Shane Smith, Stevie Lind, Timmy Unger, Todd Xavier, Vic Souffle, Vladimir Womack, Wally Evans, Zenon Estrada, Amy Bostwick, Betty Houston, Clarice Reed, Debbie Nagasawa, Esther French, Gail Weinman, Hannah Peavy, Holly Franklin, Jane Davis, Judy Abunza, Karen Donato, Chrissy Mulligan, Leah Wayne, Linda Potter, Mariana Ralph, Michiko Adachi, Nancy Chin, Olive Hussein, Ramona Bennett, Serena DeMonte, Sonia Hagen, Star Moonbeam, Tiffany Bosworth, Tina Herrera, Vanna Steinman, Veronica Lee, Whitney Singh, Zena Fromm, Andres Ibsen, Bobby Bullgreen, Carlos Ocampo, Chico Papas, Chucky Flinder, Dominique Lowe, Eric LeBeau, Fernando Diaz, Fred Benson, George Coleman, Horace Young, Isaac Drummond, Jay Green, Johnny Omar, Mickey O'Connor, Nate Kowalski, Omar Stefano, PJ Sharif, Ray Tran, Stan Olafson, Stuart Sullivan, Wing Kwan, Brett Favre, John Elway, Barry Sanders, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Drew Bledsoe, Dan Marino, Randall Cunningham, Mr. Clanky, Custom Player, Practice Bot, Pajama Sam, This Kid,
Minus, no.
Negative, minus, point, no, 0, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99.
Passes attempted. This is how many passes a player has thrown. Passes completed. Interceptions not included. Completion percentage. The number of passes thrown versus the number of passes caught. For example, throwing 10 passes and completing 5 is a 50% completion percentage. Passing yardage. Well, you take all the completed passes and add up the number of yards for each. Rushes attempted. How many times a player tries to run with the ball. Rushing yardage. All the number of yards rushed added up. Average yards per carry. Rushing yardage divided by rushes attempted. The bigger the number, the better. Rushing touchdowns. The number of touchdowns this player scored by running the ball. Receptions. How many passes this player caught. Receiving yards. How many yards the player got by catching the ball. This includes running after you catch it. Receiving touchdowns. How many touchdowns the player scored by catching the ball. This includes running it in after a catch. Field goals attempted. This is how many field goals the player tried. Field goals made. How many field goals went through the uprights? This doesn't include the extra point after touchdowns. Field goal percentage. The number of field goals made versus the number of field goals tried. For example, making 7 out of 10 is 70%. Tackles. How many times a player tackles the person with the ball? Sacks. How many times a player tackles the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage? Interceptions. This is how many times a defensive player catches the ball that's thrown by the other team's quarterback. This gets the ball back for their team. Safeties. This is how many times a player has tackled a person in their own end zone. This scores 2 points for the tackler's team. Interceptions thrown. This is the number of times a quarterback's throws have been caught by the wrong team. Fumbles lost. When a player is tackled and drops the ball, this is called a fumble. If the other team gets the ball, it's a fumble lost. Fumble recoveries. When a player is tackled and drops the ball, this is called a fumble. If your team gets the ball, it's a fumble recovery. Points scored. This is the total number of points this player has scored. Extra points attempted. This is the number of times a player tried to kick an extra point after a touchdown. Extra points made. This is the number of times a player successfully kicked an extra point after a touchdown. Punts. This is the number of times a player kicked the ball away to give possession to the other team. Punting yardage. This is the distance of all the player's punts added together. Longest punt. This is the distance of the longest punt a player has made. Punts inside the 20. This is the number of times a player has punted a ball that landed inside the opponent's 20-yard line. Punts blocked. This is the number of times a player has blocked an opponent's punt. Kick returns. This is the number of times a player has returned a kickoff. Kick return yards. This is the total distance of all of a player's kick returns added together. Longest kick return. This is the distance of a player's longest kick return. Kick return touchdowns. This is the number of times a player has returned a kickoff for a touchdown. Punt returns. This is the number of times a player has returned a punt. Punt return yards. This is the total distance of all of a player's punt returns added together. Longest punt return. This is the distance of a player's longest punt return. Punt return touchdowns. This is the number of times a player has scored a touchdown on a punt return. 2-point conversions. This is the number of times a player ran in or caught a pass for 2 points after a touchdown. Longest pass. This is the distance of the longest pass a player has completed. Yards per pass. Passing yardage divided by the number of passes. In other words, the average length of a pass completion from a player. Yards per catch. Receiving yardage divided by the number of catches. In other words, every time a player catches the ball, this is the average distance of the catch. Extra points percentage. The number of extra points made divided by the number of extra points attempted. If a player has a 100% extra point percentage, they've made all of them. Yards per punt. This is the average distance of all of a player's punts. The total distance of all of a player's punts divided by the number of punts, yards per kickoff return. This is the average distance a player will run the ball back whenever they return a kickoff, yards per punt return. This is the average distance a player will run the ball back whenever they return a punt, longest field goal. This is the distance of the longest field goal a player has made. Was all over the field, picking out the most passes in the first half. When these two teams play, boy, that scoreboard looks like a pinball machine. Defensive touchdowns. This is the number of times a player has scored a touchdown while playing defense. Like when a player picks up a fumble or makes an interception and then runs it all the way back for a score. Touchdown passes. This is the number of times a player has thrown a pass caught for a touchdown. Tackles for a loss. This is how many times the player tackles the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. Passing yards. Rushing yards. Points allowed. This is the number of points your team has given up. Points scored. This is the total number of points your team has scored, including touchdowns, 2-point conversions, safeties, field goals, and extra points. Turnovers. The number of times a team has unintentionally given the ball to the other team, either by fumble, interception, or by not making a first down on fourth down. Punts don't count. Third down conversion percentage. The number of third down conversions versus the number of third down attempts. In other words, the percentage a team has been successful turning a third down situation into a first down. Total yards allowed. The total of all the yards a team has allowed the opposing team to run and pass for. Pass yards allowed. The total yardage a team allowed the other team to pass for. Rush yards allowed. The total yardage a team allowed their opponent to run for. Takeaways. The number of times a team has intercepted the ball or recovered an opponent's fumble.
Averages have, yard, passes attempted, passes completed, passing yards, touchdown passes, interceptions thrown, rushes attempted, rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, fumbles lost, receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, tackles for a loss, sacks, interceptions, defensive touchdowns, safeties, field goals attempted, field goals made, longest field goal, extra points attempted, extra points made, punts, yards per punt, longest punt, punts inside the 20, blocked punts, kick return yards, longest kick return touchdowns, punt return yards, longest punt return touchdowns, fumbles recovered, 2-point conversions, points scored, longest pass, yards per rush, passing completion percentage, yards per pass, yards per catch, field goal percentage, extra points percentage, yards per punt, yards per kickoff return, yards per punt return. We'll start it from these are the players for.
This is a conservative formation for running or passing. It has adequate blocking and a single wide receiver. But don't expect huge gains from this set. This is a versatile formation for either running or passing because the receivers spread the defense and open up lanes for the running back. You can also use the running back for extra QB protection. This formation puts an extra blocker in the backfield to help the running back get through the line, although it leaves one side wide open to the rush. This formation is pretty much only good for option plays, and only then if you have lots of good blockers and fast runners on your team. This is a good formation for short yardage situations because it puts everyone but the QB up front. This is a versatile formation for either running or passing because the receivers spread the defense and open up lanes for the running back. This is a good formation for gaining short yardage on the ground because it puts many blockers up front. This is a conservative formation for passing. It has adequate blocking and a single wide receiver, but don't expect huge gains from this set. This formation puts an extra blocker in the backfield to help the running back get through the line, although it leaves one side wide open to the rush. This formation can be a dangerous one for both offense and defense. The defense can get confused when 3 receivers start on one side, but the offense is also very vulnerable on the empty side. This formation really spreads the defense by sending 3 receivers downfield. It should gain you big yardage through the air, but be careful because your QB doesn't have much protection. This is a decent formation for passing. It has adequate blocking and 2 wide receivers, one who's in the slot. This formation is best at stopping the offensive team near the goal line. It's effective at stopping short run plays, but it's always vulnerable to a quick pass. Use this formation formation for short yardage situations where the offense might run or pass. This formation is best at stopping the run because it puts a lot of defensive players near the line of scrimmage. But look out for those long passes. This formation is good for situations where you anticipate the offense attempting a short pass play. This formation is designed to pressure the QB from one side, but it leaves a big opening on the other side. This formation relies on the outside blitz to get to the QB before its weak pass defense can be exploited. This formation relies on the inside blitz to get to the QB before its weak pass defense can be exploited. Use this formation when you know the offense is going for the deep pass. This formation is ready for the long pass, but keeps the linebacker close to the line just in case the offense tries to run. This is the basic backyard football defensive formation. It is designed to defend both medium pass or run plays. In this formation, the defense tries to limit the offense to short plays underneath the coverage without giving up the long play. Use this play when you want to kick one through the uprights, either for a field goal or an extra point. This play makes the defense think you're going for a field goal. But little do they know you're actually going for a pass. Use this play to boot the ball as far and as straight as you can. Use this play to kick the ball into the corner of the opponent's territory, or to make them field the ball near the sideline. This play is set up to return the kickoff straight up the middle of the field. This play is designed to return the ball up the sideline. Use this formation when you think your opponent is going to try for an onside kick, or to set up a kick return along the sideline. This formation puts two returners side by side in case the kicking team doesn't kick it straight down the middle. Use this kickoff to boot the ball long and straight down the field. Use this to aim the kickoff to an empty side of the field, or to a slower kick returner. Use this formation to send your coverage team around the outside of the other team's blocking, or to stop sideline returns. It leaves a big hole up the middle, though. If executed perfectly, you can recover an onside kick and get the ball for your team. When a kickoff hits a player from the opposing team, or if it rolls 10 yards, then the ball is up for grabs. However, if it isn't executed perfectly, then an onside kick gives the receiving team the ball in good field position. This play is set up to return the punt straight up the middle of the field. This play is designed to return the ball up the sideline. This formation puts 4 players near the line to try and block the punt. The punt returner doesn't get much help, though. This formation puts all 5 players near the line to try and block a field goal or extra point. This is a pretty good offense. This formation is pretty good for offense. This formation is pretty good for running. This formation is pretty good for passing. This is a pretty good defense. This formation is a balanced defense. This formation is good for defending the run. This formation is good for defending the pass.